Hi, my name is Paul Harding and I'm a recruit prison officer for just over a year now. Originally I saw the ad in the local media which directed me towards publicjobs.ie. I got more information on there and I made my application online. They contacted me a couple of months later. I think I had to go and do some psychometric testing which I managed to pass. Call back then for interview. It was a panel interview and also a group interview. I got that then, was sent for a medical, passed the medical and I began training a couple of weeks later. I think the basic entry requirements are just the leaving certificate itself. To be honest, I think life skills are much more important than the actual educational qualifications. A typical day, the only typical thing about my day probably is that there's no such thing as a typical day. I come in at 8 o'clock and that's about where it ends. We go on parade at 8 o'clock, you're given your detail, which is the post that you're going to be attached to for the day. I report to the ACO, who's the officer in charge of that post, and then he basically tells me what he wants me to do. It could be anything really. It could be working in the surgery, it could be on a landing, standing in a yard. We have schools, kitchens, gym areas. It's very, very varied. There's ongoing training insofar as you're learning all the time. You're constantly, I suppose, picking up new things, and I don't think there'll ever be a day where I don't learn something. I think anybody can become a prison officer. I think the days of being rough and tough are long gone. I think if you've got a sense of humour, you'll go a long way. Good communicational skills are definitely a plus. Ultimately, it's my colleagues that I learn from on a day-to-day level. They kind of take you under your wing, for want of a better word, and show you basically what's required of you throughout the day. There's some very experienced officers there and you can only learn from them. The advice I give to somebody starting in the career would be, if you're thinking about it already, I'd say just go for it, because if you think you might be suitable, then in my experience you probably are. Whatever you're into really, there's something there. There's golf societies, football, soccer, hurling, snooker, you name it. There's a great social aspect to the job and that's important too. You need to work hard, but you need to play hard too. It's good to do some bonding with the lads at the end of the day.